When things are good, you feel good. When things are bad, you feel bad, right? And if you feel bad, then you look for something out there to make this feeling go away. But then when the novelty or the event is over, here comes that feeling again, and you got to go chase something else. Well, the response for many people to their environment is actually weakening their body. The stress response, they react to some event, and their reaction to the event is actually weakening the organism. Now, short term, it's cool. All organisms can handle that. But the long-term effects of that just diminishes or taps the body's resources of vital energy. There's no energy to heal. There's no energy for growth and repair. So what we're suggesting is that when the person becomes less victim to their environment and realizing that they're more of the creator of their environment, and their response to the environment weakens them less because they know how to self-regulate and change, they'll be less susceptible to things in their environment, large or small. And creating a life that is meaningful for a person, someone as young as you, and you start seeing that you're actually creating it, every time you get feedback, a breadcrumb from the universe saying, Emilio, keep going, keep your head down, keep going, you're going to run into something big. All of those things are convincing you that you are not the victim to your life, that you're actually the creator of your life. And people who actually do this, it's not that you react, the question is how long you react. And teaching people how to move out of those states and back into homeostasis, back into balance by self-regulating with their eyes open, getting so good at doing it in their meditation with their eyes closed that they could actually do it with their eyes open in their life. Now it's a different game. So get enough people in the world becoming less reactive to their environment. They're less controlled by their environment. And the side effect of that is there's a huge change in our biology. Huge. I could say right now with certainty, I can say that if people commit to, say, as an example, 7 days of an event that we do, I can say there will be so many biological changes that take place in their body. We have the evidence that says that.
Don't expect your life to change if your environment controls how you feel and think. If you let what's around you decide your mood, you're giving your power away. For example, if I ask you why you're upset and you say it's because someone made you upset, you're letting that person control your emotions and thoughts. This makes you a victim of your surroundings. To change this, realize that your feelings and thoughts shape your environment. When you see yourself as the cause of your life's events, you'll react less to others because you'll understand that you don't want to fall back into the victim mindset. As you see yourself creating outcomes in your life, you'll believe more in your power to shape your life, rather than being a victim of it. The more you practice this, the better you'll get at it. We're all creators of our own reality. Most people are actively engaged in shaping their reality, except in cases like brain injuries. Often, we stop learning and rely on feelings to guide us. This doesn't work well because feelings are based on past experiences, making us repeat old patterns instead of embracing new possibilities. We either live in a state of creation, which is about growth, health, and positive emotions like love and joy, or in a state of survival, which involves stress and imbalance. Constant stress breaks the body down over time, leading to disease and a sense of separation from others. Our brains can trigger stress just by thinking, causing us to live in a cycle of imbalance. This imbalance leads to selfishness and a breakdown in health. Stress chemicals make us more focused on ourselves, creating a cycle of self-indulgence and self-importance. We tend to live in one of these two states, growth or survival. Stress chemicals can be addictive, making it hard to break free from this cycle, but it's essential to strive for a state of creation and growth. We can talk about it, but actually breaking through those emotions is when you truly free yourself. When you let go of the negative feelings stored in your body, you feel real joy and self-love. The anger, hate, and prejudice turn into joy. the same energy but used in a positive way. No one can do this for you. It's not magic. You have to be willing to feel uncomfortable as you break this habit. When your body is free from those old emotions, you'll feel a natural state of happiness. You'll love yourself more for pushing past your limits and changing how you think, act, and feel. This change is deep, not just a simple choice like picking a different ice cream flavor. It changes your personality, brain, and emotions, which can even improve your health. When you make a strong decision to change, it has real effects on your body and life. I believe our mind affects the world around us. Traditional physics says the outside world changes us. But if we let our environment control us, we can't be greater than our surroundings. If we think and feel the same as our environment, we only create more of the same. Instead, we can change our thoughts and feelings to create new experiences. By training our brain and body to work together, we can see real changes in our world. Instead of just reacting to things, we can cause new effects. The quantum model suggests we can create changes, not just respond to them. The challenge is understanding that these changes may not be predictable, but they are possible when we change from within. Our biggest mistake is thinking we can control unpredictable outcomes. The quantum model shows that outcomes must be uncertain and surprising. These surprises prove that our inner changes create effects in the outside world. When you start noticing small coincidences that grow into bigger events, you feel awe and joy, realizing the beauty of being alive. This feeling should come from within, not depend on external factors. To become truly abundant, we must change our old selves, which is tough because it means leaving our comfort zone. Stepping into the unknown is scary, and we often prefer familiar pain and suffering. Deciding to stop complaining about money, stop feeling unworthy, and stop judging others are steps toward change. Letting go of feelings like lack and resentment is crucial. The process of overcoming old habits is how we become our new selves. People often seek abundance, healing, better relationships, or new careers. But deep down, they want wholeness and peace. When we feel whole, we no longer feel lacking or separated. Feeling complete allows us to fully enjoy simple things like sunsets, meals, and time with friends. Our usual thoughts and feelings keep us stuck in the same patterns and behaviors, creating the same reality. To change our reality, we need to think, feel, and act in new ways. We must respond differently to experiences and create a new state of mind. By observing new outcomes with this new mindset, we can create a different state of being and attract new possibilities. When we align our energy with a possible outcome in the universe, we attract that outcome to us, or it finds us. It's frustrating when life keeps giving us the same negative results, but if we stay the same, those results won't change. To change our life, we must change our energy, thoughts, and emotions. If you want a new outcome, you must break the habit of being your old self and create a new self. Think about a laser. It has a very clear, strong signal because its waves are aligned. Similarly, our thoughts and feelings need to be in sync. If you've ever tried to achieve something but felt deep down that it wouldn't work, you were sending mixed signals. That's why it didn't happen. If you want wealth but feel poor, you won't attract money because your thoughts and feelings are not aligned. Thoughts come from the brain, and feelings come from the body. If they don't match, you won't get consistent results. When your mind and body work together, your thoughts and feelings align, sending a clear signal to the universe. To change our reality, the outcomes we attract should surprise us and be unpredictable. They should make us realize that our consciousness connected with the quantum field, inspiring us to create more. This surprise is the joy of the creative process. If you can predict an event, it's not new or exciting. It's just routine. Trying to control how an outcome happens takes you back to old ways of thinking, where everything is about cause and effect. Instead, embrace the unknown and let the surprises show you that your inner changes are making real changes in your life. Going Newtonian, means letting your outside world control how you feel and think. This is cause and effect. Something happens outside and you react. Instead, try changing your inside world, your thoughts and feelings, and see how it changes your outside world. When you aim to create a new and unknown future, unexpected good things can happen, surprising you. This makes you a quantum creator, shifting from just reacting to actually causing changes. Focus clearly on what you want, but leave the details to the universe. Trust that it will work out in the best way for you. If you expect anything, expect the unexpected. This is tough because people naturally want to control how things turn out based on past experiences. However, when you reach a higher level of awareness, everything feels more connected. These little coincidences are proof that you're creating your life. If your environment controls your thoughts and feelings, it means you're letting circumstances dictate your state of mind. To change, you need to change your reactions. The real question isn't whether you react, but how long you stay in that reaction. Once you become aware and change your response, you're no longer tied to your past, but moving towards your future. Achieving coherence in your heart and brain is key. Focus on organizing your thoughts and feelings and align your energy with what you want. Sustain this state consistently. People have healed from serious conditions by maintaining this coherence, but negative emotions can bring symptoms back quickly. It's crucial to make conscious choices, especially when it's hardest. Those moments matter the most. Have you ever seen athletes, musicians, or actors practice their performances in their minds? You can use this same technique to change yourself. When you imagine doing something new, your brain and body act like you're actually doing it. This makes it easier for the new behavior to become real. If you want to change a habit, picture yourself making the new choice in your mind. This helps you break old habits and create a path to your desired future. By mentally rehearsing, you train your mind and body to match your goals. Life has its highs and lows. When things don't go as planned, it's tempting to blame others or your situation. But when you take responsibility, you become the hero of your story. Instead of waiting for change, you make it happen. Think of it like being a superhero. Imagine wearing a cape that says personal responsibility. This means you're in control of your reactions. If something doesn't go your way, you can see it as a chance to learn and grow. You're like a detective, looking for solutions instead of focusing on problems. Have you ever felt great just because the sun was shining? Or maybe you felt down on a cloudy day. Your emotions are like weather in your mind, and you can change them. Taking responsibility means you can choose to shift your mood, like changing the channel on TV. It's easy to get stuck thinking about past mistakes, but personal responsibility is about living in the present and looking forward to the future. Imagine carrying a backpack full of old stuff you don't need anymore. You can drop it and move forward feeling lighter and freer. Everyone makes mistakes. It's part of being human. Taking responsibility means admitting your mistakes and learning from them. Instead of feeling ashamed or hiding them, you can say, "I messed up, but I'll do better next time." It's about turning challenges into opportunities for growth. When you take responsibility for yourself, others look up to you. People see how you stay positive and handle tough times. It's like spreading good vibes wherever you go. You're showing that it's okay to mess up as long as you learn from it. So, taking responsibility is like having a superpower. It's the power to decide how you react, feel, and move forward in life. You're not waiting for someone else to save the day. You are the hero. Remember this, you're not just along for the ride in life. You're in charge. You steer the ship with your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Think of life as a blank canvas, waiting for your touch, and your thoughts are the colors you use. Each stroke and belief shapes the masterpiece that is your life. You have endless potential to make your dreams come true. Everything starts with a thought. Anything you do in your life begins with a thought, right? So, if you believe that your thoughts shape your destiny, like any great leader in history knows, the first thing you need to decide is, are you going to be guided by a vision of the future, or are you going to live by the memories of the past? Here's an example. Most people wake up in the morning and their brain is like a record of the past. It's a storage of everything they've learned and experienced up to that moment. So when people wake up and start thinking about their problems, those problems are connected to certain people, things, times, and places. As soon as they start thinking about those problems, they are actually thinking in the past. Each of those memories has an emotion linked to it, and emotions are the result of past experiences. So, when they remember an event or problem, they start feeling unhappy, discouraged, or anxious. Thoughts are the language of the brain, and feelings are the language of the body. How you think and feel creates your state of being. So, for most people, their entire state of being at the start of their day is rooted in the familiar past. If you live in the past, it makes sense that you will create a predictable future. What happens for most people is they get stuck in their biology. Your body is your unconscious mind. It doesn't know the difference between a real experience that creates an emotion and an emotion created by thought alone. If you live by the same emotions every day, and those emotions affect your thoughts, you can't think beyond how you feel. If feelings dictate your thinking, you're thinking in the past. This means your view of the future is influenced by the past, limiting your ability to see new possibilities. Many people wait for a crisis, disease, or a diagnosis before they wake up enough to change. The problem is that biology tends to be repetitive. If you keep thinking the same thoughts, those thoughts fire certain circuits in your brain. Nerve cells that fire together wire together, making those thoughts easier to think. At the same time, those thoughts produce emotions, and soon your body gets used to living by those same emotions, whether it's guilt, unhappiness, or pain. At least it's familiar and predictable. Some people would rather stick to the familiar than risk the unknown. Most people don't see how their thoughts affect their destiny because 95% of their thoughts are subconscious programs. They're not even aware of those thoughts. The first step to change is to start thinking about what you've been thinking about and change it. When you observe your thoughts, you're no longer the program. You're the consciousness observing it. By being an observer of your thoughts, you can start to change them. This might feel uncomfortable at first, like lighting a match in a dark place. It's easier to distract yourself with TV or your phone, but real change requires becoming uncomfortable to some degree. You have to leave the known and step into the unknown. So, what thoughts do you want to fire and wire in your brain? Focusing on those thoughts begins to reorganize your brain's circuitry. Meditation can help with this because it means becoming familiar with your thoughts. Your body, as your unconscious mind, doesn't know the difference between a real event and an imagined event. You can use this to your advantage. Let's talk about how meditation and understanding these principles can help you take control of your thoughts and, in turn, your life. Most people wait for their life to change so they can feel gratitude, abundance, or a sense of completeness. This is the old way of thinking, where cause and effect are separate. If you're feeling empty, lacking, or in pain, you've been taught that something outside of you needs to fix those feelings. But if you believe you create your own life, living with a sense of lack won't create abundance. So, you don't just create wealth, you generate it. The moment you start teaching your body to feel the emotions of your desired future before it actually happens, your body starts believing it's already living in that future. It's a scientific fact that our environment influences our genes. Emotions are the end product of our experiences in the environment. When you start feeling elevated emotions, you're signaling your genes ahead of the actual experience. Why is this important? Genes make proteins, and proteins are essential for your body's structure and function. By creating positive emotions and teaching your body to feel what the future will be like, your body starts living in that future reality in the present moment. Here's the key. If you get used to feeling gratitude, wholeness, abundance, and freedom, and you can generate those feelings every day, you'll start feeling like your future has already happened. You won't be looking for it to happen because it already feels like it has. This helps you become a new person, leaving behind feelings of lack, guilt, and emptiness. To change your life, you need to change your personality. This means changing how you think, act, and feel. Your personality shapes your personal reality, so by changing it, you change your life. Start by becoming aware of your unconscious thoughts, actions, and feelings. Notice how you act and speak, and pay attention to how you feel. Many people live with feelings like guilt their whole lives without realizing it because it's familiar to them. When you start noticing these feelings, you can make small changes. A new thought should lead to a new choice, which leads to a new behavior, creating a new experience and a new emotion. This new emotion helps your body understand what your mind already knows, leading to personal growth. We often get stuck because of strong emotions from past events. For example, a betrayal or trauma can deeply affect us, causing the brain to create a strong memory. This memory keeps us thinking and feeling based on the past experience, which shapes our current state of being. If you don't manage your emotional reactions to these events, and the emotional response lingers for days, weeks, or longer, it becomes a mood. You might say, "I'm in a mood," because something happened days ago, and you're still emotionally reacting to it. This constant emotional reaction keeps your body stuck in the past. Understanding this helps you see how to break free from past emotions and start living in the present, creating the future you want. If this information is resonating with you so far, please support us and subscribe to our channel. Why is he so angry? Let's ask him. Why are you so angry? Well, something happened to me 8 months ago, and I've been having one long emotional reaction. I'm stuck in my emotions. When this goes on for years, it becomes a personality trait. So a person ends up living in the past. If you ask them to tell their story, they might not even realize that research shows 50% of what we remember isn't even true. We make things up about our past to justify why we can't change. Where you focus your attention is where you put your energy. The stronger the emotion you have about a problem or person, the more you pay attention to them, giving away your power. Your energy becomes tied to everything in your past and present. When someone decides to focus on a vision of the future instead of the past, the hardest part is becoming aware and not making the same unconscious choices. If you learn to lower the intensity of negative emotions like frustration or anger, you'll take your attention off the person causing those emotions. This breaks the energetic bonds, bringing your energy back to you. This energy can heal and help create a new future. If you don't want to lower the intensity of your emotions, just take your attention off the person causing them. The body, however, can be addicted to those emotions. If you've been hating someone for 20 years, suddenly stopping can make your body feel like it's missing something, like a drug addict without their fix. Your body will try to make you think about past experiences that trigger those emotions, keeping you stuck in the past. We can teach a person to replace frustration or hatred with a positive emotion. People might say, "But it was my ex's fault," or "I was betrayed by my business partner." Let's say we remove those people from your life. What then? You still have to deal with your own emotions and change. So you trade your negative emotions for positive ones like gratitude. If someone says they can't feel gratitude, it's because they haven't practiced it. They've spent most of their time feeling hatred and frustration. It takes time for their heart to start feeling gratitude. Once they can feel even a small amount of gratitude, they start to feel appreciation and thankfulness. I'm sure you already had positive experiences with gratitude and manifestation. Please share your thoughts with us. Gratitude is what you feel when you receive something. When you say thank you, it means you acknowledge receiving something. So when you feel gratitude, your body believes the event has already happened. This tells your body and mind that the desired experience is real. You need to maintain this positive state of mind and body throughout your day, regardless of what's happening around you or how your body craves those old emotions. When you do this, unexpected opportunities will come your way, and you won't have to go looking for them. You'll become a magnet for creating the life you want. If you tell me, I was feeling grateful, but then there was traffic, or my coworker sent me a nasty email, I'd say, oh my gosh, are you letting the outside world control how you feel and think? That's falling back into the old habit of thinking you're a victim of your life. When you start creating positive outcomes in your life, you'll pay attention to what you did inside yourself to make that happen. You'll start believing more that you're in control of your life, not a victim of it. It's amazing how you explain that. I've seen people feel insecure because of someone else, and even if that person is gone, they still feel the same. Their body is addicted to those emotions, so they look for new reasons to feel that way again. The first step is to notice when that emotional addiction comes back. The second step, which isn't talked about much, is that it's great to meditate and get into a positive state, but you also need to take action towards your goals. We're changing our brain and body to live in the future we want, not the past. If you're connected to the past, you're always looking for it, which keeps you separate from the future you want. When you're being the future you want, your energy changes, and so does your life. After thousands of brain scans, I can tell you that we're at our best when we get beyond ourselves and are free to create without limitations. If you're holding on to negative emotions and not moving towards more positive ones, it affects your body's energy centers. Most of our thoughts and feelings are tied to things like sexuality, victimization, guilt, suffering, shame, unworthiness, self-doubt, importance, control, fear, anger, frustration, hatred, and judgment. These emotions are linked to the first 3 energy centers in the body, which are all about survival. These centers consume a lot of energy. When we're stressed, it takes a lot of our vital energy, turning it into chemistry that drains us. In the short term, the body can handle it and return to balance. But if we constantly live this way, there's no energy left for growth, repair, or healing. You can eat well and do all the right things, but if you're always anxious and fearful, seeing the world through worst-case scenarios, there's no energy for healing. Our thoughts trigger brain circuits that signal the limbic brain to produce neuropeptides. These are chemical messengers that affect hormonal centers, storing thought energy in these centers. In survival mode, you're not going to open your heart or connect with others. You're focused on running, fighting, or hiding. Our tendency to live in survival mode might come from our ancestors who had to run from predators like T-Rex. Fear was adaptive. It helped them survive. When in survival mode, we tend to imagine the worst-case scenario and emotionally prepare for it because it seems safer. People often spend their lives thinking about and emotionally reacting to the worst possibilities, which conditions their body to live in constant anxiety and fear. If you keep doing the same fearful thinking over and over, your body will learn to be afraid all the time. Whether you think you can control it or not, you might end up having a panic attack. This is your body saying, "You've trained me to be this way." Even if you try to control it with your conscious mind, you've programmed it deep inside. Then you start worrying about the next panic attack, and that worry keeps you stuck in a cycle, using up all your energy. When you're in this state, you don't believe in possibilities because in survival mode, you're not in a place to create anything new. All your energy is focused on staying safe. This means you're not using the part of your brain needed for creativity. Think about it. Most people spend 70% of their time worrying about the future based on their past experiences. They're living moment by moment, expecting the next thing to go wrong. Stress hormones heighten your senses, making you focus only on the immediate danger, turning you into a materialist who only sees the physical world. When you practice getting beyond yourself, you reach a point where you're free to create. True creation happens when you forget about yourself. Some people can do this because they've practiced, but others are stuck in their emotions. Their body still controls their mind. In meditation, if your body is resisting and throwing negative thoughts at you, you need to recognize it and stay in control. If your mind starts wandering to your to-do list, bring it back to the present moment. Each time you do this, you're training your body that you're in charge, not it. This process is a victory every time it happens, and over time, it adds up. People ask why I meditate every morning. I do it because if I can overcome myself in the morning, the rest of my day is easy. Mastering yourself means mastering your life. The negative chatter in your head, which we call the default mode network, shuts off during meditation and stays off for the rest of the day. This quiets the critic in your mind, giving you a clear path forward and more self-trust. When you practice creating a connection between your brain and heart, you start believing in a future you can't see yet. By thinking about it often enough, there's physical evidence in your brain that it's already happening. You start changing your body to match that future reality. Imagine having physical proof in your brain and body that your future is already real. You become that future self, and it's not about wealth or health, it's about who you become. Every time you overcome a part of yourself, you learn to love yourself more. This self-love isn't about material things, it's something you cultivate within. We've researched this, and it's amazing how this process transforms you. If you enjoyed this video, please show your support by subscribing to our channel and hitting the like button. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family too. Looking for more inspiring content? Check out our other similar videos. You can find them on your left and right. We're curious to know what was your favorite part of this video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback helps us improve and create more content you love. Thanks for watching.